Wednesday evening. You're tuned to Wslm 97.9 FM, and you're in the Sports Zone. And it's time for Coach's Corner with my boy Chris Hunt. Coach's Corner has been on Wslm for 5 decades, and we featured hundreds of student athletes and dozens of coaches over the years, from Salem, Eastern, and West Washington. Tune in tonight and catch the latest from your local coaches. And listen live, or come out to Salem McDonald's. Get an icy cold soft drink, those one-of-a-kind golden delicious fries, or a Big Mac, and talk to the guys in person. Get in the Sports Zone on Wslm and settle in for Coach's Corner. Chris, you're good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Coach's Corner live right here at McDonald's in Salem, Indiana, where I got to ask, is the ice cream machine working? It looks like it's working because I can see a shake walking right out of one of the other coaches here. He's got a shake in his hand. So the ice cream machine is working. So get your butt down here and get you an ice cream. So, hey, I tell you what, it's going to be a great show tonight. Wasn't here last week. Got to apologize. I was a little under the weather and had a cold, and it was kicking my butt. And I said, you know what? I said, there's just no way I can do that tonight. So I decided to cancel last week. So I am back stronger than ever, ready to get this get ready to get this show started. I'm so excited about football game, man. I'm ready to go. So tonight, I tell you what, I got a great couple of people with me right now. I got Coach Pennington from Salem Lions, and also I got Waylon Foster. How you doing, Waylon?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic, man. It's great to see you. You and your little curly hair. I mean,
you know me.
I'm telling you, it's been a long time. So here, I gotta let everybody know. I've known this kid literally since he was like 5 years old, from being a little bitty turd there, playing football back in the day. Never did get to coach you. I never did get to coach you.
Never did me. I wasn't good enough to be on your team, man.
No, that definitely wasn't the case. I can tell you. It was. I can tell you. Okay, so the way the point system worked back in the day is, you always like the first pick. And because I already had like 3 people on my team, so the way the point system works is you was the first pick, so I never got to pick you. So I always had to give you to somebody else. So that's how the point system works. So Rod, great to have you back for this week. How's everything going?
Going great. Good to be back. Missed you last week.
I know. Let's talk. We got to go all the way back 2 weeks from now. So how did everything go 2 weeks from now?
2 weeks ago, we had Springs Valley at home, who's a very good football team, ranked number 5 in Class 1A. A very competitive football game, very physical football game. They're a very solid team.
Yeah.
They can burn you with the run, they can burn you with the pass, and the Lions hung in there and fought and battled. Final score, I think, was 23-6. They scored a touchdown late in that ball game. We were competitive. We were in the game. Had some offensive mistakes and some penalties, very costly penalties that stalled some offensive drives.
Absolutely.
But our kids are competing. Our kids are playing against really good football teams, and we had another one last week that was a good team, and we'll have another one this Friday night.
So we got with Springs Valley. What I did notice about them, they only ran like 5 or 6 plays.
Yeah, they're a pretty simple football team. They do what they do well, and they really you have to force them out of what they do well, and they like to kind of impose their will, and that's kind of the way we like to play too. And they were maybe a little more physical than us, a little bit bigger and stronger maybe up front, and just a real solid team. They're going to go a long way this year in the tournament, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've seen I've seen them do the same thing for the last 2 years. That was it was basically, like I said, there was like 4 or 5 plays.
Yeah, they ran power and buck sweep.
That was it.
2 base plays.
Yeah. So last week
at the Corden Central Panthers at home, and
I heard a lot about that game.
Yeah, we had an offensive explosion. Our kids finally put together 4 solid quarters of football, and the result was really good for us.
Yes.
It was a really big win over a conference opponent. A team that beat us last year 10-6 in a rain game, one of those fluky games where
like Saturday.
Yeah, somebody kicked the field goal in a high school game,
right.
and we were minus a couple of starters. So again, we felt like that we probably gave away last year, and our kids really focused on that. That was a big driving factor for our kids to get prepared for Corden, and Corden was a good football team, but we really executed on both sides of the football. I mean, We had a couple special teams breakdown that allowed a couple of their touchdowns. So really, they only scored really one offensive touchdown on our defense. So
now, so you guys actually went to Corden, correct?
no, that was at Salem.
That was at Salem. Okay, because I was going to say, because what I've noticed whenever we've ever gone to Corden, even when Gavin was at Salem, when we went to Corden, it was an absolute nightmare. They were the worst when it comes to their fans and their penalties and their officials. When we come to Salem, it's a completely different story because it seems like it's more put together.
Yeah, whenever you go on the road to the Mid-Southern Conference, it's always a tough football game, no matter who you're playing.
That's right.
It's a really tough football conference, and we're playing a former conference opponent this Friday night that's one of our county rivals. So this will be the first step for us. Hopefully we can put one away Friday night, and then we'll have West Washington in 2 weeks, and hopefully we're playing for a county championship.
Yeah, because you guys are in the same basically in the same situation as West Washington. We both have got wins over Eastern. So
well, we haven't yet. We've got Eastern.
Oh, that's right. You got Eastern this week.
Yeah,
that's
we don't
right.
want to put the cart before the horse.
Okay, so I was thinking you guys had Eastern like 3 weeks ago.
No, we have not. That's our opponent this week.
See, that's what happens when I'm off from.
Yeah, we've got Eastern coming into our place. It's senior night. One of my seniors is here. We have 8 seniors on our football team, and Eastern's going to be a test for us. They can move the football on offense. We've got a good scout on them. They can definitely move the football. They can be explosive if they get going, and we're going to have to contain some guys, and we're going to have to play a good, solid, fundamental football game to beat them.
Right. Now, Waylon, I think you was part of that offense that put a hurt on Courtney tonight, weren't you?
Here and there.
Here and there?
Yeah. Here and there.
Was you a part of that at all?
I got a little bit of offensive rest. I'm more like primarily defense. But
no, imagine that.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. I'll see you put some hits on kids, and I'm thinking, there ain't no way Waylon can get up from that. And there he just falls back up. He's like a weeble wobble. Just he's down and he's back up. So we gotta get in a little bit of Waylon action here. So we gotta know, is there a girl?
You can't put me on the spot. I'm on air right now.
Oh, yeah, yes, that's part of the interview. I got to know. Do you have a girlfriend?
All of my players can plead the fifth at any time.
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth? Okay, ladies, he's available. He is available, and if he does have a girlfriend, hey, he didn't announce her, so guess what? He's available. So question number two. I know back in the day you had the Chevy Cruze. Was that correct?
Yeah.
And now what do you drive?
Dodge Charger.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's got a Dodge Charger.
V8.
V8. Oh my gosh! So it's at least it'll get up here and go a little bit. Yeah. So
he always stays there in the speed limit and wears his seatbelt.
Absolutely. Because I'll tell you what, if I ever find out different,
Coach likes to monitor that stuff.
Yeah, because you know who my wife is, so you know what's gonna. Yeah. So you will be spending a lot of time at my house weeding as part of your community service, because she won't give you community service. She's going to say, you need to go talk to Chris.
Get a deferral.
Yeah, get a deferral. Yeah, deferral. Yeah, go to Chris. So okay, I got to ask you, what's the go-to meal when you come to McDonald's?
It really just depends. Like, sometimes, you're feeling a nice burger, or like sometimes you're feeling some nuggets. It all just depends on what kind of mood you're in. You can't go wrong with the sweet tea.
Yes.
Tea's great.
Yes, it is absolutely phenomenal.
The ice cream machine's never working, so that's a lot.
It's working now.
I don't believe it.
I'm telling you, Coach Jordan, he's got an ice cream as a shake right there. I'm telling you. And hey, when you're done, you go up there and say, hey, listen, I got to prove the ice cream machine's working.
I'm in season. I can't be eating.
Oh my gosh, you're not wrestling. You're wrestling too. Oh my gosh, he's a multi-sport.
Well, interesting story about Waylon. When Waylon was a freshman, I was on the staff, and I was a junior varsity coach then. And
yeah.
He was one of my guys, and then got the coaching as a freshman and sophomore, right? Or did you get injured your sophomore year?
I played like half my sophomore year, and then I had appendix surgery.
He did, and so he missed that part of the season, and then I stepped away his junior year, which was last year, and Waylon said, Coach, I'm going to miss you because, he and I, we have a pretty close relationship. He's one of my guys. And I said, things just didn't work out. And then what was crazy was I got hired to be the head varsity baseball coach, and Waylon hurt his knee. So couldn't play baseball for me last year, but it just worked out. It was ironic that I got to come back his senior year to be his football coach, and then he's going to be on the baseball team in the spring, so I'll get to coach him in baseball for the first time, and I'm really excited because I expect that in baseball he's going to be like he is in football. He's going to be a playmaker. He's going to make things happen. Things are going to be happening when Wayland's on the field.
Yeah. Now, are you still catching? Mm-mm. You were the catcher for quite a while, weren't you?
Yeah. That chapter's closed after the knee surgery.
Yeah, I was going to kind of say that.
Yeah, we're done with that.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. There's other positions on that field.
Yeah.
And
he's looking pretty strong.
The crazy thing is what Wayland is. Wayland, he is a kind of an all-around player. I mean, you can literally put him as center. He's kind of crazy to put him as center, but I mean, he can honestly, he's a very athletic kid that can do pretty much any position on that field. So I'm pretty excited to actually see how this game goes this weekend.
And he tells the best jokes.
Well,
some of which
he's been around me a lot.
Yeah. He always has a good joke. Wayland can make me laugh.
Yeah.
And I'll bounce one off him every now and then that he's never heard. So.
He is honestly, he's one of my favorites, I have to say. And it's sad because it's sad because you are a senior this year.
And tomorrow night's our senior night, by the way, so it potentially could be his last home football game unless we get a good draw in the sectional. So it's going to be kind of an emotional night on Friday night. So we want to send all of our 8 seniors off.
Absolutely. And I've got to see, 4 of them now? We're in week 7. Can you believe we're in week 7? I mean, just it seemed like it was yesterday. I was going, hey, it's finally week 1. We're so excited about football this year, and now we're already in week 7. I mean, it's gone by so fast. But then again, it's like the memories that I have with and it comes back to me all the time of all these kids when it comes back to even going all the way back down to 3rd and 4th grade, all the way up to middle school. I was there with all these kids, and now this is it. This is the last. It's like it's bittersweet. It really is. You're gonna make me cry, and
Well, I've been fortunate to be doing this for almost 35 years.
I know.
So I've seen a lot of kids that have come through Salem community schools that have had an influence on me, and I hope I've had a positive influence on them, and have a lot of relationships with them still today. And that's what I love about coaching.
And that's what I want to let everyone know is when you do this for as long as we have done this, and I'm not even close to being where you're at. But when you've done it for this long, I didn't ever think when I was younger that I would be doing this. I never thought that. I never thought when I was going to graduate high school or, when we moved away to Wisconsin, we had kids. I never thought, hey, I want to coach football. Don't get me wrong, I love football.
Well, I'm actually coaching kids that I've coached.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah.
And I haven't got there yet, of course. Yeah. So, but, I started out when Grayson was, when Grayson was, 3rd grade. And it's like, and I talk to him now, and, he's a college kid. And it's like, and I see, the kids he graduated with, and I'm getting ready to go through another graduation with Gavin, and it's like, and seeing you guys graduate, it's like you don't think your life is going to go the direction that it goes, but then when I'm here, I'm going, just like you said, you look at these kids, you go, I hope I have the positive influence on their life, and I hope they're doing things that would say, hey, would this make Coach Hunt proud? And I know there's a lot of kids out there that do. So,
well, now that I've got an interesting question to ask one of my players, and I don't even know real quick.
Okay. Yes.
What is your greatest high school football game you ever played in?
That's a great. I
want to know that from Wayland. I want to know that from Wayland. Wayland's been a part of a lot of big games.
Yeah.
My sophomore year, when I got cleared from my injury, and we played dub-dub. After losing to them, we were down by 20-something at half, and we ended up coming back and winning. That was a really good one. We beat Silver Creek this year for the first time in 9 or 10 years. That's a good win for our program.
And Wayland has 2 interceptions this year.
Yeah, I got
fumble recoveries, 4
interceptions, couple of fumbles.
Wayland's a ball hawk back there in the secondary. He's one of our 3 seniors we have back there. So graduation, 2 seniors. Yeah, graduation is going to hurt us a little bit in the secondary, but we've got some young guns that Wayland's been been having some influence on. Wayland's a great leader for our football team.
Right.
These young guys look up to him, and he's working well with our younger guys. So when he leaves, he's going to leave a legacy there with a younger player that hopefully will pass it on to somebody else.
Absolutely. Yeah, I tell you what, that is a great question that you. I'm glad you asked it, because that's something, doing this every week, you get so many questions. It's like, you go over the games, of course, you go over the games you had, you go over the games coming up, and I get to talk to the players, like they're my own kids, because, I feel like, you guys are my own kids, and it's like, I never think about asking that question. What's the greatest football game that you've played in? So, wow. Thank you, Roger, for that question. That was a great question. So, hey, I tell you what, thank you guys very much for coming in tonight. I'm so glad that I actually got to interview one of my favorites. So, yeah. So,
well, thanks for having us, and
hey,
hopefully we'll see you next Wednesday, and the Lions will get a victory.
Absolutely, hopefully. So, well, I'm gonna put a pin in that, because I'm gonna interview him too. So I want here. You know what's hard is when we do have the county rivalries and things like this. I want all their county teams to win, but I know that this is not gonna happen this week.
Yeah. Only one county.
That's right.
That's the reason we play them.
That's right. Yeah. All right, boys. Thank you so much. Hey, I tell you what, everybody, you stick with me. I'll be right back with Coach Jordan from East Washington Musketeers. Be right back.
Something new at McDonald's to get you going on the way to work, or to get the kiddos a great start to the school day. The $5 breakfast meal. The $5 breakfast meal deal will include the hash brown, small coffee, and a sausage McMuffin with egg, featuring a savory hot sausage, a slice of melty American cheese, and a delicious freshly cracked egg, all on a freshly toasted English muffin. Order in line. Download the McDonald's app and place a mobile order and skip the line. Don't forget to join the My McDonald's Rewards to earn points on every order and redeem your points for free McDonald's food and drinks. $1 spent earns customers 100 reward points, so they add up quickly. And throughout the day, don't forget the other $5 meal deal and other great McDonald's items available for $3 and under. Stop in at your Salem McDonald's today and try great food at a great value. At McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Get the Boyd County Tire call. Big or small, they service all. They have the name brand tires you know to keep it cruising on down the road. They got tires for driving me. They even got them for your own machine. You can call them day or night. Do Boyd County Tire does it right. Big or small, we service all. Do Boyd County Tire.
Now through October 31st, get up to $180 back on a Firestone prepaid MasterCard. Get up to $80 when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Get an additional $100 when you make an eligible tire purchase with your CFNA credit card. Available at Washington County Tire Shop in Salem. Subject to credit approval, restrictions apply. See FirestoneRewards.com for details.
Big or small, we service all. Do Boyd County Tire.
And we are back, and we're live right here at McDonald's right here in Salem, Indiana, where the ice cream machine is actually on point tonight. They got it filled up, ready to go. So you need to get your butt down here, go through the drive-thru, and they will sell you a fantastic shake. And it was good. Was it good, George?
We both had one.
Yeah. So I am being joined right here by Coach Jordan from the Eastern Musketeers. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing
better?
I'm doing a lot better. I'm telling you, last week my wife loved it because I could barely talk, and I was having to do sign language. And if you'd have heard Friday night's game, she was sick too. So what was bad? So I got it on like Tuesday, and then Wednesday she got it. So it was like
what always hits us harder too.
Oh,
it always hits the
I mean, I'm telling you, it was so bad. I mean, I could barely talk. I mean, I couldn't hardly move. I mean, I was going to have her come do my job for me. And
dude, when I get a cold,
it's over.
My wife can get a cold and get everything done.
Yeah. How does that work? I don't understand, that at all. So let's go back 2 weeks. And let's go back to that game 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We wasn't able to actually cover that game.
Eastern game.
And I want to know What happened? Tell me the get up and go on it.
Well, we shot ourselves in the foot multiple times, and were able to get through that and get the win. We switched Brody Temple to running back. You know, Connor Kalika was doing just fine, but starting on both sides of the ball was really wearing him down.
Mm-hmm.
So my thinking was Brody's basketball player, ran track. He may have a little more in the gas tank right now.
Sure.
So we found a weak spot in their defense, and I think Brody had 30 carries
Really?
for 150.
So how long did it take you to actually find out what that weakness was?
Really, when did we start? I mean, we rode Brody the second half. What? Second half? I think it was like a halftime adjustment. We came together and we're like, you know, we can run left right now. They're not adjusting. We were running powers when we were down. Yeah, we were running power. They just were not adjusting. Every once in a while we throw in a counter left.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, they were not adjusting to it. They weren't rolling anybody down. And Brody said, just keep feeding me, you know.
Yeah.
So we did.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That you were able to read that and find out what that weakness was. I mean, that's a huge part when you're talking about being a coach, and also, I'm sure when Brody said, "Hey, keep feeding me," he's seeing it too. So
Yeah, he did. And I have really good assistant coaches. I had some up in the box, some down on the ground with us.
Yeah.
And there were a few times I tried to do my thing, get a little too tricky, and I had to be, smacked in the back of the head.
Right.
And it was like, stick with the game plan. Don't. And I was like, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
So, QB sneak, power, just ran down the field.
Then I heard. I mean, I wasn't there, so I heard that your chariot was like absolutely on fire. Like it was amazing.
Dude, it was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that. It was cool. So after the game, of course we won. Those kids are excited.
Yes.
But they kept telling me congratulations.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
congratulations. I was like, you guys won. They're like, no, that's your first ever varsity win.
Yeah.
It was. So it was cool that they cared more about that. Like, I just think that shows where we're heading as a culture. Like,
yes.
That was for you, not for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they carried you off the field.
we didn't.
They carried you off the field.
They didn't carry me off. We were in the huddle jumping around, and all of a sudden, I felt my feet coming off the ground.
Was you levitating?
I was levitating. I mean, I probably could have. I was pretty hyped. I was pretty excited. We were all jumping around. And I was like, guys, I don't know. Let's just jump. Like we're all excited.
Yeah. That is absolutely awesome.
It was cool. Yeah, they were. It was special. Just. I was trying to congratulate them, but they're like, "No, you got your first win. This is So it was cool.
That's absolutely awesome. So, not to put a downer on it, but what happened last week? Let's talk about last week. We got to talk about last week.
We will. Okay, last week. We just.
Who did you play?
North Harrison.
Yes.
And everybody in the country knows what they're going to do.
Yep.
They're going to put 11 in the box and just run it down your throat.
Yep. Absolutely.
They're
power. Just
power, sneak, lead, power, sneak, lead. And they're good at it. That's what they've been doing for 100 years.
Yes.
I don't think we were ready for it. Game plan wise, we were ready for it. Our kids, we just honestly, coaches, kids, nobody showed up that night. Yeah. And then, that happens, unfortunately. That happens at times. We didn't show up. We were kind of down, with all the injuries.
Right.
Not physically, just mentally. They were just kind of like, they were tired. Like, somebody else got hurt and, fighting all those battles. But this week's been a really good week.
Yeah.
Practice has been really good this week, really upbeat. Getting a couple guys back was, I think, just kind of lifted their spirits a little bit. I guess one. We got one guy. This is Peyton, by the way. This is my big guy, Peyton.
So you brought Peyton with you tonight.
Peyton, yeah. Okay. But we got one of our guys back. Kind of lifted our spirits a little bit. Of course, we watched our film.
Right.
We have a good game plan. Actually, we got two back. We have a guy that's eligible this year. Or he was eligible last week, but we just kind of got his feet wet.
Right. Well, yeah, because they have to go through so many practices before you can actually get.
Right. Yeah. He was a.
What is that? 10? Is it 10 practices?
It is 10. Yeah. And then since he was a transfer, had to sit out a little bit.
Yeah.
He played last week, but we didn't want to just feed him to the wolves.
Sure.
So we got some reps here and there, but he's ready to go this week. We're excited about it, and I believe it's Salem's senior night.
Yes, that's what Rock said. It was a senior night this week, so
probably our first non-homecoming game in a while.
Oh, yeah. You know what's funny is we talk about homecoming and senior night, all those cheerleaders night, and all these different things, and it's like, don't get me wrong, that's important stuff or whatever, but I am so hey, I'm ready for football. I just want football. I'm not all about all that stuff.
Right.
And now I know I'm going to say that, but when my kid's walking across that down the track, I'm going to be bawling like a baby. I mean, because it's like, because it's his senior night.
Hey, you're all West Washington? Is it week 9?
I don't know.
Hey, it's got to be coming up, and we're on week 7.
So this week, I think West Washington, we are going to Perry Central.
Okay.
So I would think it's probably next week.
8 or 9.
Yeah. So, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well,
I'm not in charge of my calendar.
You play Salem, though, right?
We'll
9.
Our last game is at Salem. So
yeah, I'm gonna say because their senior night's this week.
Yeah. So their last game and our last game is with each other, and it is at West Washington.
At West Washington.
Yeah.
So that's when you'll be crying.
That's when I'll be crying.
Week 9 it'll be coming.
It will be, and it's when Grayson, my oldest, when he graduated, it was crazy because when he was at Salem, we were playing Charlestown, and it was senior night, and we walked across there, and and I was so excited, and nervous at the same time because it's senior night, and making sure, but there's a lot of things I was running at the time, so didn't really get to take it all in like I normally should, and of course that's the night he got his ACL ripped out by the Charlestown quarterback. So, but it's those emotions that kept me from thinking about that. Because when that happened, I'm like, okay, I'm going on the field. And
a lot.
It is a lot. And it's so much happened that night because he literally got on crutches and walked back down to the field and watched the rest of his team get beat that night, but he was there.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of one of those things where when you look at these kids and all these senior nights and things like that, take them in, but I can't say I have to take it too seriously. Because if I do, then that's what I will be doing. Is I will literally be bawling on the side of the field because that's my last kid. My last kid's going to go through this, and and I'm on the radio, and and I coach middle school football, and you got all these things going on, and you need to take a moment just to stop,
just to quit. Stop, take it all in. Yep.
Yeah, and I've never done that. Never got the chance with Grayson, and hopefully maybe when we come back and we do play against Salem, we have that night, then that's when it'll be real.
Yeah.
So Peyton, correct?
Yep.
So let's talk about Peyton for a minute. What position?
Left guard.
Left guard. So you're the meat and the potatoes. Yeah. So now I asked everyone this. What about the girlfriend? Is there a girlfriend in Peyton's life? He is single, ladies, and I'm telling you, it's ladies, here's what you got to understand. When you're dating a guy that is a lineman, there's something special because he's a big guy. There's nothing better than a big guy. And I know because I'm a big guy. So I'm telling you, ladies, you've got to go find this man and say, hey, you want to, and also the ladies, there's nothing that can keep you more warm at night. It's not like a blanket. It's like you're getting engulfed by the big man, and that's what's important. So I'm making his face turn red right now. Everybody, just to let you know. So we'll get off that subject. So just can we give your number out? Should we give your number? No. Okay. Just go to Pekin and find him. So
I will say he's one of the dudes.
We'll have 30-year-old woman call me. Hey, I've seen it.
He's one of our dudes. We talked about our roster. We have 40 And I was like, or junior. No, sophomore.
Yeah, I would have been a sophomore.
You were a sophomore, yeah. And I was like, so you play football? He's like, no. I was like, what do you mean? Why not? Anyway, long story short, from February until I think May was April. Until April, I'm finding him in the hallways. I'm stalking. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a few weeks, but I'm gonna be back.
Yeah.
Think long.
Yeah.
And then he come out to be one of our best linemen and works hard and just we're lucky with this one.
So okay, so I gotta know, what do you drive?
I drive a 1997 Ram 1500.
Oh, and he's a Dodge man. I mean, okay, ladies. I'm just telling you, he is ready for the taking. And if you don't grab onto this one pretty quick, I'm telling you, then y'all are crazy, because these guys that work hard, have Dodge trucks, and we're a little fluffy. We're a little fluffy. There's nothing wrong with the fluffiness. So what about after high school? What are we looking at doing after high school?
Probably college.
Yeah.
Get the grades good.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, if college don't work out, probably trade. My dad's a mechanic. So.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with being a mechanic. See, he can always work on stuff. I mean, ladies, gentlemen, this man is
very, very good job security.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, and when I say, if I give your number out, 30-year-old women will call it. Yeah, it happened to my son too. Yeah, it really did. It was like, somehow his number got on Instagram. He was having 30-year-old women calling him and saying, "Hey, I need someone to take care of my sugar mama." And I was like, "What? He's 18." So, but he was 18. I mean,
what can you do?
I know. It's like it is what it is. So that's after high school. So what's the plan during? Are you going to wrestle? What are you going to do the rest of high school?
I'm probably not going to wrestle.
No wrestling?
Wrestling. That's a lot of work.
It is.
That is. Yeah. Like, I respect my teammates that wrestle a lot, because I mean that's the work right there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, there's what let me guess, about 260.
I'd say 250.
Okay, we're going to do so. We're going to knock it down a little bit, dude. You're in the heavyweight category. There's nothing better than actually just wrestling. I mean, wrestling, one, it's a lot of fun. Number two, it's you against another man, and number three, it prepares you for. There's a lot of life skills that come along with wrestling. So, and if you're going to play football again, so it will help you with football big time.
Because we're playing football our senior year, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love my coaches. They're great.
So I'm telling you, wrestling will make you a better football player. And I always say a football player makes a better wrestler.
Definitely go hand in hand.
Yeah. Especially if you're a lineman, you're going to be going up against somebody. You want to be able to control them. That's it's all about the control. I control my wife. See, I can say that. You know why? She doesn't listen to this show. So I can say that on. Now, if someone's going to tell her tomorrow, because I know there's somebody that listens to this show, and they're going to tell her, does Chris really control you? She's going to say, yes. Of course he does. No, she's not. There's two things in life that you're never going to get control, and that's your wife and time. That's the two things that I never control. So, yeah. Well, guys, it was great for you guys to come in and actually talk to me about. Well, Jordan, let me ask you one more question. Let me ask you another question. This is your first year, right? What's been your favorite thing about football this year?
I mean, probably just like the sportsmanship, the team. I mean,
camaraderie.
Yeah, fans are great, and then of course the coaches. The coaches have been great. I mean, I haven't had better coaches because I played in middle school and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I knew who your coach was in middle school.
And then, just hitting people. It's fun.
Yeah. See? Same thing about wrestling, yeah.
He's gotten better every week.
Yeah.
Been good.
That's awesome. It really is.
Yeah.
Well, hey, guys, again, thank you so much for coming in and spending some time with me. It's been a great interview, and, I'm excited to see what happens on Friday night. Of course, I make sure whenever I'm announcing the West Washington games, I go ahead and, I want to make sure I announce all the other scores and things like that. It was great, actually, last week, announcing, everyone's score. The week before that, it's great to announce your score. So, yeah, come out and make it a good game. And Again, I don't really want to say I want either one of you to win because I want both of you to win because it's like this is my county. This is Washington County. It's like I love all my county teams. So.
Yeah, Coach and I were talking a minute ago. I was like, I'd love to. I'm supposed to tell you good luck right now, but I don't think either one of us mean it.
No,
but
no.
Good luck.
No, I hope you lose.
I hope you lose and stay healthy.
Let's be honest. I hope you lose. Because I can tell you, when that week comes up to where Salem plays with Washington, I'm gonna tell Rod, I hope no one gets hurt, but I hope you lose.
Yep, exactly.
So, all right, boys, you guys get out here. Make sure you get something to eat. Get you an ice cream. I'm gonna take a quick commercial break, and I'll be right back after this. Stick with me now.
A fan favorite is coming back to McDonald's, and this time they'll be here to stay. Snack wraps are back, baby. Back on the menu at your local McDonald's after a long wait. Starting July 10th, the snack wrap returns to participating restaurants nationwide. And this time, they'll be here to stay. You can get them in 2 delicious flavors, spicy and ranch. Spicy snack wraps will feature a bold, zesty, and unapologetically fiery taste. The spicy snack wrap brings the heat with a habanero kick that fans know and love from the spicy McCrispy sandwich. Ranch snack wraps will be smooth, rich, and irresistibly savory. The ranch snack wrap delivers a satisfying burst of cool ranch goodness with hints of garlic and onion. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of McDonald's menu and their under $3 menu. I'll be back with more details later. In the meantime, check out snackwrapfiles.com for daily reviews. I'm loving it.
Celebrate the 150th anniversary of Old Settlers Days in Salem on Saturday and Sunday, October 4th and 5th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the John Hay Center, where you can stroll the grounds and visit over 40 vendors around the Pioneer Village, Monon Depot, and the historic John Hay House. You may even hear a story or two and catch demonstrators set up in the blacksmith shop, the carpentry shop, and the loom house to demonstrate how life was back in the 19th century. There will be parched corn and apple cider and a ham and bean dinner located at the train depot starting at 11 a.m. There's a pie and scarecrow contest this year, along with story time on both days at 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. at the schoolhouse, and historical brick street tours on Saturday and Sunday. There will be 7 tours on Saturday and 6 on Sunday, running from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday and noon to 3 p.m. on Sunday. Tours are $10 per person, and paid reservations will be accepted by calling the Stevens Memorial Museum at 812-883-6495 or email at info@johnhaycenter.org. Get up early on Sunday for an old-fashioned church service in the Old Pioneer Church House, hosted by Adam Livingston. Don't forget to visit Old Settlers Days in Salem on Saturday and Sunday, October 4th and 5th.
season, and we're in the thick of it. Just got done with the youth practice. Our youth kids are getting ready to start their tournament run this weekend. Our tournament goes Saturday. It's a single elimination Saturday, Sunday, and hopefully Wednesday night, a week from tonight, hopefully our 3rd and 4th grade and our 5th and 6th grade are playing for a championship a week from tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's kind of crazy that Jeremy does all the stuff he does. You know, he's not just a high school coach. He's got one kid that's on middle school that, you know, he was at the game last night. He was helping us with that. Then he turns right around, and every night he goes back down to help out with the youth league. And you know, you've got 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, and it's 3rd and 4th is kind of like herding cats, but 4th and 5th is a little bit better. But I can tell you are one busy man.
Well, it's that's what I like to think that building the program's all about. That's the future of our program, and it's extremely important to us and close to my heart. And it is a lot of work, but it's also super satisfying. You know, it's like you can have a rough game at one level, and then you go to another level, and those kids pick you up. And you brought up those 3rd and 4th graders. Sometimes like herding cats, but it's really fun this time of year because you're taking a lot of kids that were first-year players, and now they've got virtually a year under their belt, and it's really fun to see the light bulb go off, and that's exactly what's happening for a lot of them.
I know we haven't talked in a few weeks with all of the stuff going on. With you running youth and all that kind of thing, and also with me being sick last week. Let's kind of put a kind of a sum up of what we've been through in the last few weeks, because we've lost games, we've won games. What would you say one of the things that we've learned through West Washington football this year that's helped us more than anything?
Well, it's been a grind. The last 3 weeks has been a grind. We played Valley, and then we played Paoli, and then we just played North Davies. 3 really high-quality football teams. Valley, I think, is number 4 in 1A, and Paoli is, always going to be a hard-nosed, traditionally strong program. And then North Davies, of course, they came into the game 5-0 last week. They were ranked number 10 in the state. And, it's interesting watching your team grind through those opponents, those good teams. And we've learned a lot about our football team. And I really like our resilience. And I really like how we've taken on some tough losses. And we continue to come back to practice every week, regroup, regather, still have a very, very high sense of optimism with our football team. Our kids are working very hard, and we're just looking to get back in that win column and just taking it kind of just one step at a time. It's the time of year where we've got a lot of evaluation on our players, and there's some areas that we're going drastically some different directions. There's some other areas where there's just some more minor tweaks, but that's kind of what this time of year is about. Trying to get everything tuned up get ready for your tournament run.
Right. Yeah. The second season, is something that we talk a lot about, and I honestly I do believe that that's probably one of the most important things that we need to talk about within a season is whenever you do have the wins and the losses and the injuries, you're looking to find out what it's going to take to go on to that second season, because we're all guaranteed, each team is guaranteed 9 games. Is that correct?
Everybody's guaranteed 10, so you're going to play 9 regular season games, and then everybody makes the playoffs.
Right.
And you're starting to get to a point in the season where your freshmen, your sophomores, well, they're now sophomores and juniors because they virtually got another year under their belt.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So you're getting some of those guys ready to play. You have some of the attrition that that goes along with a football season. Some guys going down, so you got some guys that got to step up. So, yeah, you've got all those things going on. It's what makes a football season interesting. You know, you don't like the injuries. That's the one part of the game, you know, nobody ever really, if you get used to that, then there's probably something wrong with you. You know, I love football, but I hate that part of the game. I always hate that part of the game. But it's reality, and the reality is that somebody else has got to step up, and sometimes that means a little bit of a revolving door. You know, sometimes this guy's got to move here, and another guy's got to move there. You know, sometimes one guy can create 3 or 4 changes, and a lot of cases that's what you're dealing with. And but we feel good about our football team. You know, I talked a lot with our guys today about optimism, and you know, optimism is an important thing. It's a real thing. You know, especially you get through certain stretches of the season where it does become a grind, and this is one of them right now. And trying to put yourself back to day one. How excited was I day one?
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
How do you recapture that excitement? And I think our kids are doing a really good job with it.
Right. Now looking at for the next, so we got Perry Central this week, and of course, you know, we're going down there, and you know, they've got a pretty good program down there. I know that I was down there, last year for the middle school, and then the year before we were down there because it's swapped every year. What have you thought about when it comes to actually going down there?
Yeah, so Perry Central's a hard-nosed, you know, that's a hard-nosed program. I mean, they play good football for a long time. I know they're not having one of their best seasons right now, but those are good, hard-nosed kids that are going to come ready to play football. And it is tough to go over there and play well. So that's the challenge, and that's been the challenge put in front of our kids this week, is we got to practice really well, because you got to go down there, and it's tough to go down there and play well and get a win. So we're going to have to be really dialed in.
So when we do go down there, and you know, with because it's like an hour drive, you know, to get down there, and
yeah, so I've allowed an hour 15 minutes for the bus. So yeah.
So now the game will be at 7. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I try to keep everything on Eastern time. We'll kick off at 7:30 Eastern time.
Okay, so 7:30 Eastern time. So
yeah, because they're on Central, but we keep everything on Eastern just to keep everybody clean and on the same page. So kickoff will be 7:30 Eastern.
Hopefully we don't have to deal with like another homecoming and a senior night and all that stuff. We can just get to playing football.
Yeah, I got the itinerary. There's no special thing planned. It's except just a 7:30 start.
Go down there, play some football, and come home. I love it. So yeah, that's exactly what that's exciting right there. So
go play well, get a win, get our tail back home.
So this is week 7. I mean, this is you know, I mean, you know, we talked about this, you know, the very beginning of the year, you know, that, you know, it just started. We're so excited, and now we're in week 7 where it's, you know, it's 3/4 of the way there, and it's like it's kind of getting sad just because, you know, it's so close.
Yeah, I think you just got to keep it. You know, you got to keep it close. You know, we got Perry Central on Friday.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. I want to enjoy this week. I want to enjoy Friday night. And I just think it's like, you know, if you don't do that, then you're going to feel like you're going through the meat grinder.
Yeah.
And you just got to look at each one of them one at a time. What can we do right now? What's the most important things we can do right now to go play well Friday night? It's that simple.
Right. Yeah, I know. Like last night, one thing I did learn, Jeremy, when you're on the bus, I did learn that you want to sit in the front of the bus because the back of the bus is rank. I mean, you can tell everybody, hey, it stinks in the back of the bus. So now I understand, because I always wondered why, you know, all the coaches always sit in front of the bus. Now I know. Because the wind is coming at you. It doesn't stink the back of the bus.
Yeah, I tell you what, I sit right behind the bus driver, always have, and you know, it's one of those deals. I kind of go in my own little world on the bus ride. go in my own little special place. I can't tell you how many bus rides I've been on in the last 29 years of coaching, but it's been a lot. So, you know, I kind of got my own little regiment, and it's definitely sitting right behind the bus driver.
Absolutely. Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for coming on with me tonight. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule, because I know you're probably right in the middle of doing something else right now as well. So I appreciate you helping us out and telling us about what's going to go on Friday night. So thank you so much.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me. You guys do a great job, and I know you put a lot of time and effort into it, and I apologize for not being able to come on a couple weeks ago. I like to be able to come on and talk about the games, and you know, sometimes the schedule gets a little too tight, but you know, being able to take it over the phone like this sometimes can help, and
it does. Yeah,
we'll do the best we can. We'll do the best we can moving forward to make it keep working each week.
Absolutely, and hopefully we have at least 5 or 6 more of these sessions together.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so hopefully we're just getting warmed up.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jeremy. Hey, I'll tell you what, everybody, you just stick with me. I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and I'll be right back with some final thoughts. And Jeremy, thank you so much, sir. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Let's get on our feet and give a big hand to the starting lineup at McDonald's here in Salem. The quarter pounder is coming on the field. Filet of fish and the golden delicious fries are warming up on the sideline. And now for the feature star of the night, the Big Mac. You score every time with a hot fresh meal from McDonald's in Salem, whether you're there for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Take a time out and stop by before or after the big game to check out their all-day breakfast menu or value menu. Download the McDonald's app and you can get great deals on delicious tastes all day long, including buy 5 McCafe drinks and get one free. You'll score every time with the wife and kids when you make a touchdown at the Golden Horses right here in Salem. And don't forget, McDonald's has gift cards so you can get that great fresh taste all season long.
All right, I am back, and I am live right here at McDonald's in Salem, Indiana, for the final few minutes here of Coach's Corner. And, you know, I want to tell everybody, you know, I've done Coach's Corner for, 3, 4, 5 years. I don't even remember. I started out with, helping Nate Pierce do this. We used to do it and remember doing it in the studio. We've done it here at McDonald's a few times. There's a lot of work, a lot of time and effort that goes into this, and I really appreciate, taking the coaches, when they actually can take the time out and come and talk to me, get to talk to the kids, talking to the seniors and things like that. It's pretty exciting for me, and bringing the show to you guys and letting you know that what is actually going on within our county. We have such great things that actually go on in our county when it comes to football, when it comes to the other sports programs. We got volleyball going on in each one of the schools right now as well. I think there might even be some fall ball. So please go out and support those programs, because without the support of you guys and of the fans, they're not going to be able to have a program to really be able to help these kids. And I want everybody to understand this. There's a lot of controversy when it comes to, that all these schools taking all these programs. Well, you promote football, and you don't promote band, or you don't promote art, and you don't do this, you don't do that. I want everyone to understand something. Sports and academics go hand in hand. So, when I do say sports, I don't just mean football, basketball, baseball. I mean, band is a sport too. And if you don't believe it's a sport, then you go out there and you watch those kids practice every day with the movements they have to do, with playing the instruments they chose to play or that they've been asked to play by the coach. If you don't think cheerleading is a sport, you go and you watch their cheerleading. There's sometimes some of the best athletes that I've ever seen in my life as cheerleaders. They go out there and they do tumbling. They're constantly moving during the games. They got to know what's going on during the games. Then they also have their own cheer competitions. The art program. If you don't think art is important, look around. Art is one of the greatest things that we have. If we wouldn't have McDonald's if we didn't have art. We wouldn't have vehicles. We wouldn't have painting of our vehicles. Your house. I'm sure somebody has a picture in their house somewhere. That's art. All of these programs are important, and if you don't support those programs, they will go away. So I want everyone to understand, I don't want anyone to complain about it, saying, well, you're going to promote this sport over another sport, or promote, the school's going to promote this. If you want a sport or you want an activity within your school, start it, and don't complain. I wanted to make sure we had a great youth football program within Washington County. I went to Salem, and I took over the youth football program for Salem, and made it to be a wonderful thing. Handed it off to some wonderful people that are running it currently. If that didn't happen, it wouldn't be where it's at today. So, thank you for all the support that I got, to be able to do that. If with being able to coach the middle school football team over West Washington, with not having the support to be able to feed the kids on before the games, to be able to get good uniforms, to be able to get good helmets and equipment, that's important. I support that. I support the baseball team. I've supported anything my kid plays. I support. So remember, if your kid wants to do something, and don't discourage them from any of it. Encourage them to go for it, because that's what makes a program great, and that's what keeps all these kids, engaged in doing something. If we don't keep these kids engaged in doing something within our community, we will fail as a society. So please kind of support these different programs with whatever your kid wants to do. So that being said, I'm almost out of here. So it's like let's see, it's 7:58, and I can tell you it's already dark outside, and it's getting to that time of year to where it's getting darker earlier, and so Friday night, just let everybody know, the weather is going to be phenomenal. Get out there, enjoy the football game, buy you a roast beef sandwich, buy you a ribeye sandwich if you go to West Washington. If you're going to go to the Salem and Eastern game, it's at the Salem this week. Go over there, enjoy the game. Take care of their concessions. If you're going to the Salem game and you're going to be buying concessions, guess what? That helps the band program as well. So go help them out, and go to West Washington, help the program out over there as well. So everyone, have a great week. I appreciate everyone taking time to listen to me. God bless you all, and I will talk to you next week. And if you're going to join me on Friday, me and my lovely wife will be on doing the broadcast of the West Washington game. I really do appreciate you. Everybody, have a great night, and I will talk to you later. It's Wednesday evening. We'll be right back for more.
Well, we've got another episode of Coach's Corner in the books for WSLM. And we'll be back next Wednesday at 7 p.m. live from Salem McDonald's. Join us for live broadcasts of the Salem, Eastern, and West Washington football games on Friday night. And tune in to WSLM for IU and Purdue football on Saturday. And catch the Colts on Sunday afternoon. At WSLM, we know you love your sport. So we'll throw in the Cincinnati Reds during the week, NASCAR and other Big Ten and NFL games on